This is the Chapter 3 review video number 2. So these first two problems that we're looking at here, we're still solving equations, which this is a review from Chapter 1. So if you notice here, we have some parentheses involved, which means we're going to have to distribute. So remember, distributing is when you multiply that number outside the parentheses by the things inside those parentheses. So 2 times 2r would make 4r. 2 times negative 4 would make negative 8, and then that would be set equal to negative 52. Then from here, we're just going to solve as normal. So the opposite of subtracting 8 would be to add 8 to both sides. 8 and negative 8 cancel. I bring down my 4r, and negative 52 plus 8 is negative 44. Then the opposite of multiplying by 4 would be to divide both sides by 4. And when I do that, I find out that r must be equal to negative 11. Okay? Now on the second problem, on number 10, notice we have two sets of parentheses. So I'm going to distribute and get rid of all those parentheses in one step. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 2x and 2 times 5. But don't forget that x that's already at the front has to be brought down. So then 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times 5 is 10. And then I have 4 times x and 4 times 3. So that would be 4x plus 12. Then at this point, what you should notice is on this left side, I've got an x and a 4x on the same side of the equal sign. So I can go ahead and just combine those. X plus 4x is 5x. And then I bring down my plus 10 equals 4x plus 12. Then from here, the opposite of positive 4x is to subtract 4x. Because remember, you want to get all your variables on one side of the equation and all your numbers on the other. So since I decided to move my x's to the left, I'm going to need to move this 10 to the right by subtracting 10. So that will cancel, and it'll be equal to 12 minus 10, which is 2. So that gives me my final answer, which is that x would be equal to positive 2. So notice on 11 and 12, I'm still solving equations. The equations are just getting a little more complex. They're just getting a little bigger. So I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to distribute everywhere that I can to get rid of parentheses first. So I'm bringing down my 2y plus 2 times 2y, which is 4y. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, equals negative 4y plus 8y minus 40. So that's a big problem. There's a lot of stuff going on there. But I'm still going to take it one step at a time. So I notice that I have 2y's and 4y's on the same side of the equal sign, so that's going to combine to make 6y minus 6. And then over here, I have a negative 4y and a positive 8y, which is going to make 4y minus 40. So once I distribute, what I want to do is clean up my problem. If you have anything that can be combined, now they can only be combined if they're on the same side of the equal sign, then go ahead and do that so that you have an easier problem to deal with. Then from here, I'm going to subtract 4y to get all my y's on one side of the equation. That's going to give me 2y. And since I moved my y's to the left, I'm going to add 6 to both sides to get my 6 on the other side. And that's going to give me negative 36. If you're still struggling with your integers, make sure you're using your calculator here. And negative 40 plus 6, well, geez, maybe I should have used my calculator, is not 36, it's negative 34. Let's try that. Then the next step is to divide by 2, because that's the opposite of multiplying by 2, and that will give you that y would be equal to negative 17. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and talk about number 12. Notice on number 12 we have some fractions involved, but we have worked on this and hopefully you're getting a little more comfortable. So when I distribute a half, remember, you multiply the top number, so 1 times 8 is 8, divided by 2 is 4z. Then 1 times 40 is 40, divided by 2 is 20. Okay? Then I'm doing the same thing on the other side with the 1/6. So I'm doing 1 times 18 divided by 6, which is 3z. Then 1 times 126 divided by 6 is 42. Okay? Then same thing I was doing before. So I want to move my z's to one side. So I'm going to subtract 3z from both sides. And that'll give me 1z. And then since I moved my z's to the left, I'm going to move that 20 to the other side by subtracting 20. When I do that, those cancel. And 42 minus 20 is 22. And that gives me my answer.